What's good, peeps? It's your boy. It's taisworldtv. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are well. Listen, Netflix live action Avatar: The Last Airbender just came out a few days ago. I watched the first episode, tried to do a reaction for y'all. Wasn't working out. YouTube said nah. So I'm doing a review for you guys, okay? I will be spoiling a little bit about the show, little just a little bit. Um, but that's gonna be till later, okay? But right now I'm gonna give you a full review. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good jazz, okay? All right, y'all. We ain't gonna waste no time. Let's get into it. This was a strong episode, okay? For those of us that were scared of how this show was gonna be, because as y'all remember, unfortunately, we had a movie live action with M. Night Shyamalan, and that was not well. It wasn't working out. It just wasn't good. Now, does this first episode sell you that this is good? I think so. I think this first episode shows us what we're gonna expect from this show, from the live action counterpart. Now, I love the animation. I love the animation. The OG. I grew up with this. You know what I'm saying? So as a big fan of the series, the first episode really does a good job with a lot of things. And then they go and change certain things too, which I'm gonna get into a little bit later. But let me tell you what I did like. I like the way they did the bending, just straight up. The bending looks so cool. It looks like how it would actually look in real life if like you just connect with the actual force that you're bending with. So, for example, the first 5 or 10 minutes, I think that action set piece was pretty good with the Earth, with the Earth Kingdom dude and the firemen and the fire soldiers. That was dope as hell. It reminded me of the actual show, which is very good. As for the cast, I think they did a good job with this first episode. Zuko, Iroh, Aang, Katara, Sokka, the actors that played these characters, I think they did well for what we saw. Especially Aang. Aang, the kid that plays Aang, it feels like Aang if he was here in real life, you know. So that was good. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the action scenes were dope. Especially with the bending. My favorite one is when there's an all-out war at the air temple. Okay. That was my favorite part. My favorite part of that whole episode. Because it really just showed you the different bendings that they have and the attitudes towards it. And that's what I've always liked about the original series, how the bendings and martial arts are like kind of like intertwined, and how the different styles of bending, whether it be earth, water, air, fire, their attitudes towards it, and like how each bending kind of like differs from another. Like for example, for the air bending, it's to evade and push back people. For fire, it's just like we consuming everything, And speaking of that, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all never watched this show and you want to watch it with your kids, be prepared because this is a brutal show. Okay, more than the animation, because you see people getting disintegrated by fire. It's kind of insane. They're also following the live action One Piece model where they add certain things to add to the story and bring things up faster to help the story in the live action part. It works majority for this episode, but there's one or two things I didn't like, and I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. Overall, though, the effects look pretty good for the show. Again, this is the first episode. I liked how Appa looked. Appa looked really good. He looked cool. Wasn't looking bad. And even like the effects for the bending looks pretty cool too. So I actually like that. All right, so let me go to what I didn't like. So like I said, this is gonna be a little bit of spoiler, by the way. So if you haven't seen the show, go watch it and then come back here, okay? So let me show y'all what I didn't like. I didn't like the changes that they made to turn into Aang specifically. Physically, he looks fine. The airbending looks great. Fine, fine. I just didn't like the way they changed his backstory in the sense of the reason why he left the air temple. So as you know from the original, Aang left the air temple because he wanted to run away from being the avatar. Because when he found out, he was like, "Oh hell no, I ain't trying to have no responsibility. I just want to be a kid. I'm getting out of here." So now in this iteration, he just went for like, just to clear his thoughts. That's all he went for. And I feel like they shouldn't have changed that because that was crucial to his character because he felt so much guilt because he was the avatar and he abandoned his duties, hence the reason why the air nomads were gone, were eradicated by the Fire Nation. He felt particularly responsible for that. It don't really hit the same if you don't leave that. You know what I'm saying? So that was like one of my issues specifically. I know there's been talk about Katara and I think Sokka specifically because they're not browner skin as they are in their comic counterparts. Really have an issue with that? Not really. I mean, I did, but it wasn't a big deal. So that's my take on that. And also, Zuko's scar should have been a little bit more, not grotesque, but just more bigger, I guess. Like more of like you can see it. Like honestly, I would if I saw Zuko in person, I really wouldn't see it like that. If it was a little bit more, not like Two Face from The Dark Knight, not like that per se, but just a little bit more like, okay, I see it. Like it's noticeable, because that was always the thing with Zuko's character. A lot of it was his scar. So I just kind of wish they would have made it a little bit more bigger or a little bit more noticeable. But other than that, I did like this first episode a lot. It really did try to fit in the source material. It really took a lot from the source material as much as they could and really brought it to life. And this is a strong opening, in my opinion. And I think this would put everybody's fears to rest of how this Netflix show is going to go. Now, I only seen the first episode. I haven't seen the others. So we're gonna do this weekly, okay? So if I can't do the actual reaction, I'll give you the review. And if y'all want me to spoil more in the reviews, please let me know in the comments down below, okay? All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces. Be safe. Have a good one.